Hi, good evening, people. I am Ryan, and this is the Hirschman channel. It is Tuesday, April 24th, 2018. I want to give you a recap of what happened during last night's live episode of American Idol. Last night, the judges were impressed by the top 14 contestants for their singing. Now, now we found out who has made it into the top 10. As of right now, you have these remaining contestants now. The ones that have made it through to the top 10 show that will air on Sunday and Monday of next week. And you have the remaining contestants that already have already left the show because they didn't make it through courtesy of the votes, because they didn't get enough votes in as far as it goes for the voting method. So anyway, these are the contestants that will be vying for the next top 10 on Sunday in next Sunday's episode. And now let's switch from American Idol to what happened during last night's episode of Monday Night Raw. Although I didn't get to see much of Raw, only saw half of what happened in the main event match. You have the woman vying in the 10-woman tag team match. You had on this side, you had Sasha Banks and Bayley teaming up against Natalya and the WWE Raw Women's Champion Nia Jax and Ember Moon, and on this side they're facing up against Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and the Riot Squad. Now this all women's tag team match got spiraling out of control because we saw in the end Nia Jax was going like this and about to do a dive on all of them, and then in the end Mickie James just in the ring just comes out and do one cheap shot kick on Natalya, who is having a leg problem, who's trying to get herself back into the ring to finish up the match. But unfortunately, Mickie James just continues to do these cheap shots on Natalya. So what happened? Ronda Rousey comes to her rescue and tries to rescue Natalya from Mickie James. So what Ronda Rousey does, she comes into the ring, pulls out Mickie James' arm and does her arm bar like this and tries to hurt her arm, and then she gets knocked out by Mickie James. And what happened as of right now, we don't know who won the match, but as of right now, it's going to be on that match Raw. And now switch over from Raw to what happened on today's episodes of The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful. Starting with The Young and the Restless, Paul comes over Victor's house and informs Nikki and Victor about JT's disappearance. Now Paul is having a discussion with Victor, and he knows who the real attacker is, and Victor explains to Paul that JT was the one that tried to attack him in the first place. And then Nikki gets some information on why where JT is, and she says as of right now, she don't know if JT is alive or dead, so as of right now, the police are still going to continue their investigation. Meanwhile, Paul runs into Kane at the athletic club, and he discusses with Kane about how JT was running away and how he was planning on coming back to Genoa City. But as of right now, Kane doesn't know why this is playing up, because he doesn't know the night that JT was back in town and how he got murdered. In the other episode today, Kyle is still talking to Jack about he still wants to work at Jabot. Even we learned in yesterday's episode that he's not sure if he's going to still work at Newman Enterprises, courtesy of a favor of Victor Newman. But he talks to Jack, but Jack talks to Kyle and tells him that if he wants to work back at Jabot, first of all, number one, he'll not be CEO. He'll have to work as the register person, which is located outside where this woman works. Now, as of right now, he's not sure if he will get his job back at Jabot. So as of right now, it's up in the air to find out what's going to really happen. And right now, there's still discussions going on between Hillary and Devon regarding the baby. Now, as of right now, Devon is not sure if he's going to, if he's in agreement that he's not going to be there for the baby, because him and Hillary are not engaged. They're just friends as of right now. But Hillary is still trying to get to Devon's defense, saying that he still wants to be there for the baby. But how's this going to play out? We're going to find out in tomorrow's or Thursday's episode. And now let's reel over what happened on today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Starting in today's episode, Liam is packing up his stuff, and then Wyatt comes in and he tells Liam that why is he doing this? Why is he leaving Steffi and moving on from there? Now that's the question, because Liam is now moving back into the cabin. Now you remember the same cabin where Liam and Quinn were staying at. Now remember back in 2016 when Quinn started to fall in love with Liam. Now Liam at first was called Adam. The reason why he was called Adam and Quinn was named Eve, because they were playing the Adam and Eve type of style, because they didn't know if they were about to fall in love, but this was a setup for her to keep him away from Steffi. On the other hand, Wyatt, Steffi is arguing with Hope and coming to her defense about why she's trying to keep Hope away from Steffi. Now Hope is telling Steffi that she reached the point that she thought she trusts Steffi and Liam's marriage, and she thought this was going to go on as planned, but unfortunately it's like she is up to her old tricks now, and Steffi keeps demanding to Hope that she's really is something else, because she really what happened is at first she trusted Hope in supporting her in Liam's marriage, but unfortunately it looks like is not been working well at all with Hope back in town. It looked like this rivalry between Hope and Steffi is getting back on track, and it looks like this rivalry is going to continue into the rest of this year. Now you remember the rivalry between Steffi and Hope that started in 2011 and continued for the remainder of 2012 and 2013. It looks like we're going to see where Liam is going to end up next. And in the other episode, Rich and Brooke are arguing about their daughters, Steffi and Hope. Now, while how all this is going to play out, we're not sure, but hopefully Rich will find out, and he will hopefully find out from Steffi that she will hopefully fight for her marriage and try to get back to Liam, hopefully soon. And that's all for today's recaps and updates. I will be back tomorrow with more updates and recaps. For now, I'm Ryan Hirsch. Like, share, or subscribe. And you have a nice night, and I'll see you tomorrow with more updates and recaps. For now, I'm Ryan Hirsch, signing off. Bye-bye.